Good day, friends. Miloa here. Fladach is the first boss in Sarch Vorn. This bog lurker is relatively easy to defeat once you understand all of the mechanics behind it. Let's go. The arena for Fladach is relatively small in comparison to typical fights. Make sure that everyone crosses the threshold before you activate the boss, or people will get locked out. You have to be past the trees and the first bone piles to be safely beyond the threshold. Fladach does not have an opening dialogue. The fight starts as soon as he pops up out of the ground when the tank runs forward. 10 seconds into the fight, crawlers will spawn. They will have the same mechanics as the crawlers outside the boss room. For more details on the ad mechanics, be sure to watch the Sarch Vorn Basics and Mob Mechanics video linked in the description below. Fladach will get a blue aura around him called Nature's Ward. This allows him to redirect all incoming damage to the crawlers. The target that Fladach is redirecting to will also have a blue aura around the crawler. The crawlers will explode simultaneously and drop puddles called poisoned earth. You will need to move out of the puddles because it does 20% of your maximum morale damage every 3 seconds that you're standing in it. The debuff can also stack if you're standing in multiple puddles, so be sure to get out of the puddles ASAP. Furious Slam is a grey bar induction that lets Fladach do AoE damage to everything around it. Root Snare is a yellow bar induction that can be interrupted. It will randomly root a target as a wound that will only expire out of combat or if it is cleansed. Tank needs to interrupt this, but if missed, players need to be ready to remove this wound. Reign of Decay is a grey bar induction that does an AoE damage to everyone in the arena via a curable poison called Deadly Poison. Healers need to be ready to cleanse and heal as this induction cannot be interrupted. Rotting Infestation is a yellow bar induction that can be interrupted. The debuff Infested is applied to a random player that reduces the player's damage by 20% for 30 seconds. Deadly Poison is a green eye over your head. That means the boss has given you the Deadly Poison debuff. That causes 280k damage every 3 seconds for 9 seconds. So that's 840k damage. Healers will need to be on the lookout for this. Looks like on tier 3 that 3 people will randomly get this debuff. Fladach has a buff on him called Wrath of Nature that allows him to do 40% outgoing damage and have a run speed of 50%, so it makes no sense to kite him. Your tank will need to tank in place. Fladach randomly applies poison to people that deals 234k damage every 3 seconds for 9 seconds. It also reduces your outgoing damage by 20%. Once the boss reaches 30% of health, Desperate Fury replaces Wrath of Nature. Boss's damage is reduced to 35% outgoing damage. The strategy is that this is a straight up tank and spank. The tank needs to pick up the boss and hold aggro throughout the fight, and then taunt any crawlers when they spawn. Tank is also responsible for interrupting all yellow bar induction. Healers need to watch for those individuals who have poison on them and heal them before they die. With high enough mitigations, this should not be difficult for the healers to heal through. Healers need to be ready to bubble, cleanse, and heal once Fladach does Reign of Decay. The DPS will stay on boss the entire time and burn him down as quick as possible. And of course, everyone must stay out of the puddles at all times. In my opinion, Fladach is more like a mini-boss because there isn't much happening with him. You have beaten Fladach, but Sarch Vorn isn't over yet. Next, you need to enter the barrow and fight your way to the second boss. For a walkthrough on how to get through all the mobs to the boss, check out this video, Sarch Vorn Barrow Zone Mobs. I want to thank my friend Jay, who helped collect and compile all of this information, as well as friends that ran the content with me so that I could grab all the footage that I needed and do the research. If there's any mechanics that I've missed, please drop them in the description below for me to review. Thanks for watching.